Hey everyone, Steve from Compassionate Credit Repair, and today we're tackling a big question that I know is on the minds of a lot of people who are dealing with overwhelming debt. And the question is this: should you declare bankruptcy? Is it the fresh start you need, or could it wreck your financial future? So today's video is going to break it down. Now, bankruptcy can seem like a magic reset button, especially when debt is out of control, but it's not a decision to take lightly. There's a lot you need to consider before going down the bankruptcy road. So let's start with the positives of declaring bankruptcy. And yes, there are some upsides to it. So advantage number one, it can wipe out certain types of debt like credit card balances, medical bills, personal loans. They can all be discharged, meaning you won't have to pay them back. And that is a huge relief if you're drowning in debt. Advantage number two, bankruptcy puts an immediate halt to those collection calls and harassing letters. It's like pressing the pause button on all that stress, which obviously is a great thing. And finally, for some people, bankruptcy can provide a fresh financial start. You'll have the chance to rebuild your credit and start over without that horrific burden of massive debt hanging over your head. Now, just before you jump into it, let's talk about the downsides of declaring bankruptcy, because trust me, there are plenty of those. So disadvantage number one, long-term credit damage. Now, declaring bankruptcy will stick to your credit report for 7 to 10 years, depending on the type of bankruptcy that you file. And during that time, your credit score will take a massive hit. Disadvantage number two, it will be tough to get credit or loans for quite a while. And even if you do get approved, you'll be looking at sky-high interest rates and, sadly, not so great terms. And here's the big one, and it is a big one. Not all debts can be discharged in bankruptcy. Student loans, child support, and certain taxes usually stick around no matter what. So if those are your main debts, bankruptcy might not be the solution that you are hoping for. Plus, if you're a business owner or you have assets like a home, you might have to sell off property in order to satisfy creditors, and that could seriously disrupt your life and, of course, your financial goals. Now, here's a quick side note. There are two main types of bankruptcy for individuals, Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Chapter 7 is what's called liquidation. Basically, the court sells off some of your assets to pay back creditors, and the rest of your qualifying debts, well, those are discharged. It's faster, but it's more drastic, and you could end up losing property. Chapter 13, on the other hand, well, it's a repayment plan. You could keep your assets, but you agree to a 3 to 5 year payment plan to pay off some or even all of your debts. It's slower, but it can give you more control over your finances. So the question is bankruptcy good or bad? Well, it depends. If your debt is unmanageable and there's no realistic way to pay it off, bankruptcy could in fact be the tool to help you start over. But the long-term effects on your credit, on your financial opportunities, and even your personal life are extremely serious. So you want my advice? Explore every option before declaring bankruptcy. There may be other ways to get out of debt, like negotiating with creditors, credit counseling, or debt consolidation. You want to make sure that bankruptcy is truly your last resort. So I hope this was helpful, and if so, please leave a like. Remember to subscribe for more vital information on how to boost your credit score. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you.